So what's up, guys? Today we are going to look at how we can create a navbar using HTML CSS. Okay, so let's get right into it. We have to create the HTML file. We've already created an HTML file here, index.html, within the next navbar directory. And yeah, so let's take a look at how we can start our page in HTML. So we begin by declaring doc type, and then after the doc type, we declare the HTML tag. After the HTML, then we put our head. After the head, we declare our body tag, and within the body, we are going to create a header element. We are going to create within the header the nav. This is going to contain all the links for our navigation on the page. And so let's create an unadded list and add a couple of links within it, and then we can style it. Okay, so I have a UL and then the links with the li with the links within the, so I have home, contact, and about. So yeah, and about. Okay, so let's save it and take a look. It. Now, to run your project, you have to look for the directory where you're editing your code or creating the project. And in my case, I have on the udisk h and tutorials. Within the tutorials, I have navbar, and then this is the index. You can double click it or just drag it into your browser and visit. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. All right, so let's give the page a styling, specifically the navbar. So we go into the style tag and declare, give ourselves some space here and declare this variable, a CSS variable, in the root. And now we style for the body. So we want the height of 100 VH, the width of 100%, then the display to be flex direction should be column, and then align items center. We want to center the item, the children elements, and then we give it a background of beige and then a margin of 0. So we are removing the default margin that has been applied. So then we come to the header. So initially I placed the header inside the main element, and it shouldn't be so. The main element should be on its own, and then the header tag, because it's going to be just for the navigation and the navbar as well. So we want to isolate it from the main element or the main tag. Okay, so in the header we have the width of 100%. That the background should be inherited. We don't have any color for it at the moment, and then the border bottom should be 1 pixel, and then solid, and then we are using this variable we declared up here, which is like a yellow, a shade of yellow. So let's save it and see what we have. Okay, so we have this is the color that I defined here. Okay, the accent color, this is it. And then as the links are at the moment, doesn't really look good, so let's apply some styles more. So let's target the nav element here, and then give it a margin of 1 rem. And then box sizing should be content box. I think it's by default, but we just declare it anyway. Then let's give it a class, the link items, the list items, and then the links class. So the list items have a class of nav link box. You can limit it into anything that makes sense to you. And then this is the link with the h and href tag. We are not having any link at the moment, so we just replace it with this symbol, this hash symbol, and then the class of nav link. So we have that. Let's declare that. Let's write the style for them. This also selecting the UL element, and then removing the dots. So if we save and then we refresh, yeah, the dots are gone, and then we are removing the margin of 0 from it, and then display as flex. Flex direction should be row. Justify content from flex start. So flex start means we want to start from the left and to the right. So that's kind of it. There's a center, there's left to right, and there's center, and there are other values that you could add. And then we are adding a padding of 1 rem, and so this is it. And so now let's start for the links. Okay, so the links are called navlink. All these a tag are class of navlink. We remove the text decoration as none, and font size 1.2 rem, and then font weight 400, padding of 1 rem, and then margin of 0, and then on the top and bottom, and then the 1 rem on the right and left. Okay, we have a color of black, which is 000, and then we have font family of sans serif. I'm not using any stylish font at the moment. So let's refresh. So we have our style here. Let's style it furthermore. So navlink, we want to apply this effect to it. If it is visited or hovered, we want to apply this style. So the background should change to this accent color, and then the color of the text should be black, a shade of black, not a darker black, but kind of a lighter one. And then there's a border of 1 px solid, this black, and then border bottom, we override the border bottom and then add 4 pixels solid black. Okay, so if we save and then we refresh again, okay, I think it looks good. So we are using this kind of color combination. This is the same kind of yellow I used for the bottom, the border bottom. So this is it. I think it looks cool. And so let's continue by bringing it to the right side and place maybe a logo or another item on the left side. Let's make a section for the logo. So this is the logo, and we just have a header, like a heading element here as logo. We don't have an actual picture right now, an actual logo to replace it. And then we have to modify the styling for the nav side. So we add a display of flex, and then flex direction as row, justify content, and then as space between. So if we save and then run it, we have our logo here, and then we have the links, the page links on the right side. So this part, this space between, is making this element as this is a group. It says this, all these 3 links are inside a UL, are inside this, and then this logo is also inside here, also inside the div. So 2 different elements, and we are telling it to add a space between, so it kind of just push everything wide apart.